What's up, everybody? A Sparrow with a Gun here from Sleepless Nights with another episode on Space Engineers. When we left off in the last episode, we managed to get this fairly simple but relatively overkill drilling rig set up, which is doing a lot of work. We're doing good. The drill's finally empty. But our assembler, or our refinery rather, is going kind of nuts. We're closing in on almost half of the volume it can store, and we've still got like 20,000 stone, and we've still got like, I don't think any of these pistons are extended. It's just these three that have been collapsed, but these three are down, but none of these have been extended, so we still have like 8 pistons length worth of stuff. And also, I was watching a couple of videos on starting off drilling rigs and stuff like that, and one of the videos I saw mentioned that you can get like 4 or almost 5 small drills out of the material cost of one large drill. So eventually, when we fully extend this and we can't go any further, then I'll probably retract it all the way back up, take that drill off, and put a bigger grid of small drills, and then lower it back down again, and we'll basically carve out a bigger area, is kind of the idea. But for now, I really want to find ice and cobalt so that we can start working on pretty much whatever we want to start working on, whether it's a ship or, you know, atmospheric thrusters for a small rig, a mining ship or something that we can attach to our mobile base, whatever. So I want to get the mobile base relatively built today. Even if I don't get everything done, I want to get a good chunk of it done. And with the resources we have on hand, it shouldn't be a problem, but you never know. The other thing is I may play around with our windmill thing up here. Because I've been talking in the comments with you guys, and a couple of people have mentioned, one, this is probably overkill, that I think it's like 10 to 15 blocks, give or take, is high enough for it to achieve optimal wind, whatever, current. I don't know what the term would actually be. But as long as they're 8 blocks apart, or there's 8 blocks in between them, so technically like 9 blocks apart, I guess, you can have a lot of them on the same thing, but I'm wanting to try and run them down the side of this thing, maybe just on both sides, maybe not like on all 4. I don't know if that will have any interference, so that's something that we might play around with if I get too bored of working on this thing. So yeah, first of all, I'm gonna make up a bunch of steel plates. Let's do like 100 or something. That's 700 iron. We have almost 2,000. How did stone end up in the survival kit? That's not where I want you. I want you in the refinery. That was weird. Not sure how that happened. But we've got 30 for now. That's good to start. So what I'm basically gonna do is...
low.
Projector before I die. Let's turn the projector back on.
Fuel critical.
Ugh. Oh, I have no fuel. Ugh. Well, that's not ideal. Wait, I guess my bottle is empty. Ooh boy. Let me see if I can make this. Ooh, yes. Alright, cool. So let's throw... Where's the oxygen generator? Let's throw you in there. And then... I'm still kind of getting used to how some of these work, so if we turn it on, that should... Yeah, there we go. So that produced enough, and then I'll turn it back on. Or back off. There we go. So there we go. Sweet. Now we won't crash, burn, and die. That's always good. So... I've got the basic stuff set up here, but what I was really trying to do is get the underneath guts built kind of thing, or at least in place. So there's that one. So just kind of like that. I'm just trying to kind of get everything on the bottom layer where it's gonna go and make sure that other than we'll go ahead. Nope, don't mean to do that. We'll go ahead and oh, the wheel could not be placed there? Oh, because of the tree. Okay, we'll have to fix that. What else do I need here? Why aren't you... Why isn't the wheel showing? Oh, that block. Okay. There we go. So yeah, when it gets to these catwalks, I'm not too worried about it. Because that's basically just cosmetic to cover up all the conveyor ports and everything. But I want to make sure that all of the bottom layer, and it looks good. I think all the bottom layer stuff is set up. So what I'm going to do now is turn off the projector and then weld all of this stuff up, because most of it's going to be steel components and stuff anyway. So we should have enough to do that, I hope. I'm not sure. Well, we have silicone, so the bulletproof glass should be okay. Yeah, I think it'll be alright. So I'm also going to take this tree out, since that's blocking my view for my wheel. Now, one thing I'm not sure, can I break you? Okay, good. I wasn't sure if the projector would bring it back up. There we go. Cool. So that works. And it looks like everything else is just the cosmetic catwalks on the bottom. So yeah, let me go ahead and turn the projector off, and then we're going to start working on this bottom layer, I think. Okay, so one thing I wanted to point out, it's going pretty well, but I may not be able to finish. I did get one of the cargo containers done, but I may not be able to get, there should be 3, or maybe even 4. I doubt I'll need that much. It was kind of more future planning, but I don't know if I can get all of those done or not because of cobalt. I didn't think about that, but you need cobalt for metal grids, and I don't have any. I have some metal grids, and I don't think there's anything I can dismantle to make it that I know of. And there's more friggin' stone in the survival kit again. I did have to extend one of the other pistons because we were running low on materials. As you can see, we're getting low on stuff again too. But one thing is, I really like the build planner thing. This makes things super easy. So for example, I think I was somewhere around here. Let's just say we want to do this back row, right? We've got a light armor block slope, 3 regular blocks, and then another slope. And then we've got graded stairs on the back. So for those of you that don't know, you can come in here and right click to clear, and you got your build planner down here. So we can go 1, 2, 3, click on the little plus sign, it adds this. So we got 3 of those. And then if you have something selected with variants, you can search for it directly, but you can also click on this, and you can also set the type small ship or large. So we'll add 2 of the large slopes there. And let's find the graded stairs, and we'll just add one of those. So now that you've got that added up, you can just come over here and go here, and there's this little button, add components from build planner to production queue. Now there's a couple other ones, withdrawal components for build planner, so if you've got them still in your build planner and it's here, you can click this button, it'll pull them in. Deposit all ore, ingots, and components is really useful if you just want to dump your inventory but keep your tools. Add selected component. This one I'm thinking you click on like construction components and then you can add here. But the one that I find the most useful is the add the components from the build planner, because you click this and it'll be hard to see because I've already got stuff, but it added whatever steel blah 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 is supposed to for whatever blocks were in your build planner. So I've done this a few times. Unfortunately, you do only have this row to my knowledge. You can't do like 25 blocks or something. But I've been doing this with this build, and it's gone a lot faster than I expected, in that I would just do a row and then maybe a few blocks and change. If I had a few extras, come over here, add them, and then it would tell me what I needed. And then when I saw, like this, our production's low, and the cobalt is, again, these missing iron metal grids. but we need more iron. So then I'd come over to my control panel, turn the drill on, and I'm going from bottom to top. So I already extended the 8th piston, so we'll extend the 7th piston, and that should... I might need to reverse it, actually, because I think that's going up. So, reverse, and it should be extending. It's hard to tell, but yeah, it's there. So, basically, the way I'm doing it is bottom to top, so that when we get up here, when this last piston is extended, we'll know we've hit the end of our drill rig thing. And then when this hits 10, I'm just turning it off so that we're just not using extra power, as you can see with 8 here. So that's kind of been my process, and it's going well so far. Like I said, the only problem is going to be the cobalt. Everything else should be fine. It's just a matter of time. The top layer is pretty much... I know I haven't done that part yet, but the top layer is pretty much just armor plates. And then the top layer above that is just catwalks and stuff just to make it look a bit more decorative. Now, I did see a design that's interesting. In this design that I built, it just has a connector off the top port in case you have a flying drilling ship or something. But I did see one that I may end up adapting at some point, where they had basically horizontal pistons, kind of like I did here, but facing sideways, and they sat about out here, and then they had drills out the front, and so you could extend them forward. There was one on each side, and they would go forward and drill into the wall. The only thing I thought about was maybe putting them on a rotor, so that then you could flip them and point them either back or kind of at an angle or something like that, but that might be a future upgrade that we do later. For now, I just kind of want to get the Rover built so that we can drive around and look for like cobalt or something like that. So I'm going to see if we can at least get the thing built minus these 3 other storage containers that I don't think, unless there's something I can break down, but I don't think I have metal grids anywhere that I can use. So yeah, we're going to have to do that. But we should have 1 storage container, which should be enough for now. So let me keep going with what we're doing. It's getting dark anyway, so I hopefully will come back in the daytime with a finished turtle base. So we'll see you then. Well, like always, there is good news and there is bad news. So the good news is the turtle mobile, I should have called it. I don't know why I didn't call it that. I called it the turtle base, but the turtle mobile makes so much more sense. Is coming along pretty well. The bad news is twofold. One, there's a couple of blocks that I didn't realize required parts that I didn't think they needed. For example, the gyroscope requires a metal grid, or 50 of them to be exact. Now, granted, that's not a real pivotal block, so it's not that big of a deal. The survival kit needs a medical components, which I'm probably going to borrow from the one in the base at the moment. Oh my gosh, can I really not get... I need to put the catwalks in here so badly, because I just keep going from one tube to another. The other bad thing here is that these 2 storage units were not completed because of the lack of metal grids. Now this one's not a big deal because I don't think it connects to anything. This one, however, was the connection point to the survival kit. Now, I've done some exploring here, and I can put things in the Rover cockpit, and then if we limit things to the turtle rover, I can get to the storage container, the refinery, and the assembler. I don't think it'll take that because it's not... Well, it should, actually. Why won't it take that? Maybe because it's off. Let me turn that on. Turn that refinery on. That's weird. Because it should be connected. No, it went... Crap. Okay, yeah, see, that's the problem. It went through the survival kit into here. So, if the survival kit can't access it, neither can the assembler. So, this is kind of a problem, although it... Oh, I see what happened. Okay. Ooh. See, what I could do, I suppose, is break that storage unit and connect to this one. and that's probably the more ideal circumstance. I thought this had a port on the bottom. It doesn't. So if I remove, or I could break the one at the base, but that's kind of, I don't really want to do that. But if I remove the metal grids from this one and put it on that one, and then take the medical components and put it on that one, it should be okay. In theory. And I'm going to go ahead and turn these batteries back on. I had them off so that they didn't drain power from the base, but I think it's okay at this point if it does, because now we're producing more with our... we've got solar panels up on this one, so we should be charging each other kind of thing, so that should be okay. Plus this one's got the windmill, so it should be charging the batteries the whole time. So yeah, that should be okay. The other bad news is the piston, the drill is fully extended. This required way more resources than I thought it would. So yeah, and I actually stopped producing resources at a certain point because I realized the gyroscope wasn't going to be finished, and it's like 600 steel plates and stuff, so I was like, that's just a whole lot of wasted iron right now. So what I'm going to do real quick, just... It's kind of... Oh yeah, and I have no more ice. So the 84% hydrogen bottle is all we got. So I'm trying to really make sure that I'm really tinkering with everything and not flying around if I don't need to. Now the last step to this is I am going to... let's see if we can... Why is this not picking it up? That's really weird. Conveyor tube... I should have enough... Why won't it grab it? Catwalk right in front of you, dude. What is the issue? I hate stuff like that. Oh, it requires construction components. Oh boy, how many do I have 30. Okay, that should be enough. Why? Thank you. So for now, I probably won't fully build these. Gotta kind of like stand back for some reason. That's weird. I probably won't complete these. I will probably just leave them about like this. Basically just so that I can walk through here easily and not have a problem. I'll go ahead and place these as well, because they just give a little bit of an overhang. So you can see kind of the idea of the finished product. But what I think I'm gonna do is I think I'm going to swap the metal grid for this container. So I gotta break one of those catwalks under there and fix that. Everything should hold together though. And then I got to break down the survival kit at the base and put the stuff in this one so that we can actually use it. And then I think I'm going to cut it loose and see what it does. Though I could probably leave it until it's fully charged, which may not be a bad idea. But given our limited resources now that we have virtually no more we can drill without replacing the drill head with a wider group of small drills, and that I need ice terribly badly because I have no... I just realized I don't have any... I don't think I have an O2H2 generator on the Turtle Rover. Oh well, whatever. So yeah, I'm going to... Actually, you know what? I'm going to build up to this, because that way I don't have to use my jetpack. So yeah, since I've got some spare metal at the moment, that's what we're gonna do. Let's see, let's try this way. Alright, so yeah, we're closing in on the 20-minute mark, so I'm gonna fix this and then we'll probably drop it and see what it does. Okay, so I made a backup save just in case this goes horribly wrong, but I think we're gonna try and cut this loose because all the functional parts are there. The catwalks aren't finished, the gyroscope isn't finished, but I got the storage unit connected up, so the survival kit and the assembler should work. The junction, it should connect here and run through here and then go up into the refinery and then go into the cockpit. So all of the important stuff should be connected. We're just missing the 2 and third storage unit. So let's see. I've got the handbrake off, so it should roll. Actually, you know what I'm gonna do? Real quick. Why is my view so far? I guess because it's a base? Wow, that's weird. Alright. So I'm going to adjust the height of these a bit. So I want to go this way. I want to put them as low as they can go so that we've got a lot more shock absorption. I think that's how that works. Alright, let's try this. Hey, it didn't actually blow up and die. Alright. Well, that's cool. We can turn off... Oh yeah, it's pretty high. I was like, whoa, I can't get back in there without a jetpack. I thought I had set that up that way. Okay, so I don't have... Do I have enough? I might have enough. I was gonna say I don't have enough of these. I don't have one here like it should be, so let's set that. I don't know if I can get to it. I don't want to use my jetpack. That's not gonna work. Crap. Can't get to this thing. I've had the most difficult time getting to these catwalks on this build. Whatever. We'll leave it. Let's go ahead and lower the, oh, wait, what? This one. There. What did I have it at? I think it was like 52, right? I had it to where, I mean, I guess if you're sitting still, then we could lower it all the way so it makes it easier to get in and out of. Hey, look at that! It's almost like I planned it that way. I totally didn't. But yeah. So I'd probably do that with a script somewhere at some point eventually, that like if you put the handbrake on, it will, it'll lower itself or something, and then if you took the handbrake off, it sets it back to a certain level or something. I actually don't really need the projector anymore either. So let's go ahead. That gets us some materials back. And that should be good. Now, again, I could have probably left this so that it would charge up a bit more. But, the only thing I didn't leave myself, apparently, is an access hatch to the storage containers. But I guess I could get in here and then move them to the container? Yeah, that'll work. So we can store all this stuff in the container if we don't want that in our inventory. So that works pretty good. And now that we're in the ship, we'll go ahead and, why can't I just... Is it because of the handbrake? Oh, there we go. That was weird. What did we have it at? Negative 52, I believe? Okay, why can't I drive, though? That's... Oh, that's not good. Why aren't the wheels working? Oh, I turned them all off so that they would conserve power. That's right. Wheels on. Handbrake off. There we go. So, our power time says 0 seconds. I'm not really sure if that's because we're not draining anything or what. So, let's see. So, we've got a couple of hours, apparently, on this battery at the moment. And they're not really very charged. So, I can probably leave it sit here for a minute. But yeah, that's kind of the gist of the ship right there. And normally, I thought I had it set to where you could get in here without a jetpack, but some of it's dependent on the hills, like, that you're on, because if it's too hilly, then you'd have to lower it or whatnot. And we do have a beacon, although it's off. I put a beacon here on the side so that if we needed to, we can turn it on. And again, I don't know that it's the most power efficient or anything like that, but at the same time, at some point it's going to have solar power eventually, like even if you have to let it sit for a few days or something, even if you got stranded or whatnot. So I'm kind of interested to see how this goes. I think the next episode may be the search for ice and cobalt. A song of ice and cobalt. That's totally going to be the name of the episode. So with that, I think we're going to wrap things up here. I hope you all enjoyed. If you did, leave a like, and I'll see you all next time. Peace.